Hello everybody. I'm at work, which is not normal. But yeah, we needed a how to make cold brew tutorial for the Gracefully Crafted girls. Also, just in general, it's important for baristas to know how to make real cold brew. So guess what we're doing today? We're making cold brew. Okay, first step is very important. You need a toddy. This is a toddy. It says toddy on it. It's very easy to make cold brew with this, and there's not a lot of steps. It's just a time-consuming process. Here's what you need. Your toddy comes with all of these parts, by the way. This is a stand. You're going to need this, and you're going to set it at the bottom of the toddy when the process starts. So just set it in the bottom. Then you're going to need two more things. A filter bag. You're going to open it up, and you're going to place the cold brew beans inside it, and you're going to need strings. These are also provided with the toddy when you first purchase it. Now, every batch of cold brew requires a separate bag, so you are going to have to buy more of these as time goes on, but they're really not that expensive, so that's okay. The actual making process of cold brew is really easy. You need a 5-pound bag of coffee. Every single batch of cold brew needs a 5-pound bag. You're going to use this entire thing, which seems like a lot. It's really not. Now, make sure you remember, put this in the bottom. This is going to prevent the cold brew, like actual grounds, from touching the bottom and letting it filter way better. So you're gonna set it at the bottom. Make sure the spigot is off. If you leave it on, everything's gonna fall out and you will have a mess. Turn it off, make sure it's off. Then set it down. You're gonna open the bag like so. You're gonna place it in like you're placing it in a trash can. There should be like over the top spillage. You're not going to be able to get it over this, and it's not going to matter anyway. That's fine. Leave it open, set it on top. That's step 1. Step 2, put the cold brew in the bag. So now we're literally just going to dump this entire thing into the bag. Make sure you hold it first. Don't do that. All of it. Then you're gonna take it and you're gonna gently lift it, gently kind of even out the bag, even out the grounds. That's the next step. Now we have to add our water. Purely for time and efficiency, I have been using the blenders because they're measured in liters. You need 11 liters of water. A full blender of just regular cold water is 2 liters. So you have to do this like 5 times, then another half. It's a lot, but you need it to fill this up. So you're gonna take it, you're gonna fill it up, and you're gonna do that multiple times. Okay, so now we've poured all of the water, all 11 liters, over the 5 pounds of coffee. We have at least a 3-inch gap between where the coffee ends and the top of the bag. You're just gonna let it sit for 20 minutes. You're just gonna wait 20 minutes. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna stir the bloom. I will take an up-close video so you guys can see what that looks like. But you're gonna wait 20 minutes, just don't touch it. Set a timer, don't touch it for 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Gotta go get the stirring stick. We're gonna stir this. For context, this is what, ooh, hello. This is what a bloom looks like when there's bubbles on top and it smells very strong. So you're gonna go in there, you're gonna stir this, and you're gonna break up all the bubbles. We gotta take our little stick. This is what I use. Honestly, if we had a longer spatula, that would be better. But we don't, so we use what we have. You're just breaking up the bloom, you're getting the grounds mixed in really well with the water, and you want everything to be evenly distributed. I'll show you again what it looks like when I'm done, but you gotta mix it, mix it, mix it. Make sure you get the sides as well. They get caught underneath the bag. Don't rip the bag either, because when it's submerged in water, it becomes very porous and thin. It's easy to break. So you're just gonna mix it really, really well. go put this in the sink. Ew. Okay, so this is what it looks like whenever the bloom has been broken up. You could see all that foam coming to the top. And that's because we broke the bloom on top. The layer that was preventing air from getting inside has now been broken. And we can continue to make our cold brew. So, pretty easy. Now that we've done all that, you're just gonna take it, you're gonna lift it a little bit, not too much, you don't want the bag to break. You're gonna gather it up at the top, and then those strings I showed you earlier, you're just gonna grab one, and you're gonna tie it about 3-ish inches from the top of the bag. So, gather, gather. I try to double knot it just in case, because you never know. You don't want any coffee grounds getting into the cold brew. That just ruins the quality of the cold brew and is kind of gross in general. So you've got to knot it once, knot it twice. That's pretty much it. Now there's a lid. Pop the lid on. Make sure that's very tight and secure. Some coffee places do not put their cold brew directly into the refrigerator based on temperature so it doesn't freeze. We do, because we actually have room in our refrigerator. So I'm going to put the cold brew into the refrigerator, and it's gonna sit there until Wednesday. So it's Monday today, wait 24 to 48 hours. The longer you let it rest, the longer that it's going to get to process the cold brew, which means it's gonna be stronger the longer you wait. But we love strong cold brew, so we have a whole entire bottom shelf that's open. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab it by the handles, you're gonna let it in there, and then we're gonna shut it, and we're not gonna touch it for 2 whole days. So I'll see you in 2 days. Hi guys, we're back to finish our making cold brew process. So it's currently Thursday. We made the cold brew on Monday, and this is like way longer than I usually let it sit, but it has been an insane week and I haven't been able to get over here, and today is my most recent shift. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cold brew out of the fridge and we are going to set it on our stool like usual. Okay, our cold brew is ready. So pretty much what we're going to do now is we're going to take the 2 large like lemonade jugs almost that we use, and we are going to fill them with the cold brew. The spigot has been closed, as it should be. As you can see, the spigot is still closed. So we're going to take all of those tubs and drain this of the cold brew. I want you to stay. Okay, we are at the part where you're going to need to tilt the toddy forward to get anything out, which is fine. You just have to balance it. This might take 2 people. Hi, Joey.
Hello, Aubrey.
You want to be on YouTube?
I love YouTube.
You want to be on it? Say hi to the people.
Hey, people.
So we have 2 completely full batches of cold brew, which is great. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some clear tape and put it on the lids of the cold brew, so that way I can write on them. And I always write today's date, so when the cold brew is finished brewing. And I also write the expiration date. So cold brew made like this lasts for 2 weeks. So today is August 6th. So 2 weeks from now and today's date is what you're gonna write. Okay, and now that these 2 batches are completely done and labeled, we're gonna stick them in the fridge, and that's how you make the cold brew. There's a whole other part of the process though. You have to clean up the cold brew. Okay, our toddy is still full with the bag and with the cold brew grinds, and it's pretty gross. There's no way you could just dump this in the trash can. I've tried to do that. The bag is super fragile. It's gonna break. You cannot pick up the bag by the handle and just throw it out. It's going to completely crumble underneath you. So what I always do, I keep the lid on it. I carry it all the way to the back. I dump the grinds. I pick up the trash. I bring it inside, and then I wash the toddy with Dawn dish soap and hot water. I rinse it like 5 times to make sure everything's out, that there is nothing wrong, that there's like nothing. I filter hot water through the spigot, and then I let it dry. That's pretty much it. but you cannot dump the grinds into the trash can. We'll get flies. It's gross. So I'm literally walking the cold brew all the way out to the back. I put my apron on, but I'm gonna walk past the burn pile over to where there's like an open field with like nothing over there, because this is going to like attract bugs, obviously. So we're gonna walk it all the way out there, and then I'm going to just rip off the top and dump the cold brew and make sure that I pick up all the trash, and then we're gonna bring it inside. So we're just gonna pop off the lid, and it's kind of gross still, obviously, but it's very easy to just kind of rip open. So that's what I do. You're not gonna get it all out like this, and I'm gonna need 2 hands, so hold on tight. This is disgusting. I recommend wearing an apron if you can. 9 times out of 10. Also, do not wear shoes you care about when you're doing this. So I'm literally just gonna take it, pour it upside down. The toddy is now empty. Shake that out. Grab the tray, don't forget this. Put it back in the toddy. And this bag, just shake it out. It's gross, it's disgusting. If I can, I'm gonna chuck this in the dumpster before going back inside to avoid bugs and whatnot, but just shake out as much of the excess coffee grounds as you can to avoid bugs. Throw that in, grab your lid, and that should be good. Okay, we're back inside. Like I said, toddy is in the sink. We need to fill it up completely with water, and we need to let it soak with Dawn dish soap. So I'm gonna let it do that. I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna rinse it, I'll probably time lapse that, and then you just let it dry, and that's pretty much it. It's not a crazy hard process, it's just a time consuming process. Pretty much it. You're gonna let this dry. Do not put it up until it is completely dry to avoid mold. I would honestly recommend, if you could, ice machine. If you can wait until the end of the night to put it away, that's great. But if not, that's fine. Just make sure it goes back under the espresso machine where that little gap is where I keep it. Or you could put it on the top shelf up beside the paper towels. Either way, toddy's got a place to go. Regularly order the bags, the filter bags, and the strings. I mean, the strings, it doesn't matter what string you use, but the filter bags are the important part. Make sure you order those from Toddy. And make sure that you always have the 5-pound bag of cold brew. We're down to 1 bag right now, so that means next for tuna order, we will order more, but at the moment, we're pretty much stocked. I'm really happy with the way things are going. Don't feel like scared to stop the cold brew process to serve a customer. This is not the priority. The customer is. Customer service is. Making sure that everything gets done well is what we're worried about. And this is something you could put on pause. This is something you could stop doing, let it sit for a minute, especially during that 20-minute period when you're letting it bloom. I mean, you don't have to sit there and watch it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So drop any questions you have in the comments. This is super fun.